Here you can see three transistors being inserted into a breadboard. So with breadboard it becomes easy to handle the terminals of the transistors. So to identify whether the transistor is a PNP or NPN, I will be using a digital multimeter. So before moving ahead with identifying whether the transistor is NPN or PNP, let me just give you a quick view of two diode analogy. Here you can see the two diode analogy for NPN transistor and PNP transistor. So in this case, the diodes will be connected in opposite fashion. So for NPN transistor, base will be on the positive and the emitter will be on the negative side. So in this case, the diode between base and emitter will be forward biased and we'll get a continuity between base and emitter. Similarly, for base and collector, the base is on the positive side, the collector is on the negative side. The diode becomes forward biased and we get a continuity between base and collector. If suppose emitter or collector on the positive and base being the negative, so in that case the diode will be reverse biased, so we will not get a continuity. So same applies for PNP. The only difference is that the base will be negative over here and either of the two terminals will be positive. So let's go ahead and test the transistors based on this analogy. Before moving ahead with identifying whether the transistor is NPN or PNP, make sure your multimeter selector switch is on the diode position or the continuity position. So after making sure, you can switch on the multimeter. So now we'll go ahead and test the transistors. I have considered three transistors which are BJTs. So the first transistor is a BC547. So let's go ahead and check whether it's a NPN or PNP transistor. So I'll connect the positive terminal to the center of the transistor and connect the negative to one of the terminals on the other side. So here we are getting a reading. So for the second terminal as well we are getting the reading. So this is a NPN transistor since the base is positive over here. So likewise, if I change the terminals, we should not get the reading. So here you can see, so there is no reading. So in this case, I change the terminal once again, I make the base positive, now I get the reading. Here also I get the reading. So BC547 is a NPN transistor. We can verify this by looking at the data sheet as well. So here you can see, here it is clearly saying it is a NPN transistor. Here you can see it is clearly saying the transistor is a NPN transistor. So likewise, we'll go ahead and test BC557. So we'll consider this on the negative side on the center and take this. Yeah, we are getting the reading. Likewise for the other side we are getting the reading. So in this case BC557 is a PNP transistor, the base being negative. So we can verify this with the data sheet again. So we have BC557. So here you can see they're clearly saying it is a PNP transistor. So the multimeter test is being verified. So next we will go ahead and check the metal packaged transistor. So same, we'll apply the positive side on the center, that is the base, and then we get a reading for either of the terminals, likewise for the other terminal also. So in this case this is a NPN transistor. So again we can verify it by using the data sheet for this transistor, which is PC108C. So you can see clearly it is mentioning NPN transistor. So here we can see that the digital multimeter gives us positive test results in identifying whether the transistor is a NPN or PNP transistor.